working out radians to degrees, degrees to radians. If I'm going to convert degrees to radians, I can just use my conversion factor. Okay, so I go 150 degrees times, I want degrees on bottom to cancel out, I want pi. This is a special angle, so I need to keep it as a fraction, simplified fraction. I have a common factor of 30, so I'm going to end up with 5 over 6 pi radians. 100 is not a special angle, so I'm not going to bother with that one. I'm just going to use my same conversion. Okay, and instead of keeping it in terms of pi, I'm going to just give it a decimal. So although I can simplify that as exact fraction, okay, which is nothing wrong with doing that, and if you do that, that's perfectly fine. But since it's not a special angle, I'm just going to leave it as a decimal radian. 270 is a special angle, so I'm going to make sure that I keep that as a fraction. My common factor is 30, so I divide by 30, I get 9. Actually, my common factor here is 90, so I get 3 pi over 2. Okay, and that's in radians. So same thing here, negative 420. This is a special angle. Okay, so I want to keep this in terms of pi. My common factor of 60, so I get divide by 60, divide by 60. So I get 7 pi over 3 radians. Okay, so we're going to do the same problems that we did in degrees, but now we're going to do them in radians. We're just going to practice doing these in radians. Okay, so again, same thing. The angles going in this direction are positive. Okay, the angles going in the opposite direction, we're going to measure as negative. Okay, these are position. We're trying to find the position and locate the point on the circle using an angle. So we convert these angles. These are exact value angles. We should really know what these are in degrees. We should have a sense of what the decimal values of these are as well, but we'll work on that later, a little bit later. So this angle in degrees, if I go 5 pi over 6, I want to get rid of my radians, so I'm going to put the pi on top, degrees on bottom, pi's cancel. 180 divided by 6 times 5 is 150 degrees. Okay, so 5 pi over 6 is going to be this angle right here, measured that way. That's 150 degrees. So there's my special triangle. So this is 5 pi over 6 radians. Okay. If we should have our references, there's 180 degrees is same as pi. Okay, that's what halfway. The whole circle is going to be 2 pi. Okay, all the way around. So 3/4 of the way is going to be 3 pi over 2, 3 half pi's. So half pi, half pi, half pi. Okay, looking at this next one, again, this is a special angle. Actually, I'm just going to give you this decimal approximation. Not that we're going to focus on that right now, because we really want exact values for this, but it's good to know about what that decimal is. That decimal is approximately 2.62. Okay, and I'm going to put the decimal approximations here as well, okay, because we want to start having a sense of what that decimal value is, because sometimes we have to deal with the decimal radians. So this is going to be 4.71, and this is going to be 6.28. Okay, so I'm just going to put them in for reference for now. We're not going to focus on that too much. Okay, so negative 17 pi over 4, we're going to get rid of the radians by dividing by radians. Okay, so the pi's cancel out. I'm going to have 180 divided by 4 is 45. 45 times this is going to be negative 765. So I'm going to have to go backwards here. I'm going to have to go backwards 360. 720 plus another 45 degrees backwards, and that's going to locate that point right there, just like it located a point. Remember, we're doing standard position. So the position, the location of the point is important. It's going to generate this right triangle here. Okay, that's a 45-degree triangle. Okay, so if I want to draw this in standard position, I can start thinking of it in terms of pies. Okay, this is 17 1/4 pi. So a quarter pi is halfway through the quadrant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pi over 4s gets me to that location. And again, I'm just going to put my references in there. I want to make sure that I'm getting familiar with these numbers. Okay, these are very important numbers to be familiar with. Okay, so these angles also have coterminal angles. So that negative 17 pi over 4, it is coterminal with positive 7 pi over 4. Okay, those are coterminal angles because they get us to the same place.